This episode of A-Town Talk is powered by MarlakProductions. Not just our sponsor, but the team behind the mic and behind the scenes. That's right, A-Town Talk is both hosted and produced by the talented crew of MarlakProductions. El Paso's premier choice of videography, photography, and podcast production. If you're loving the quality of this show, imagine what we can do for your podcast, brand, or event. Whether you're starting from scratch, need a pro upgrade, Marlak makes your vision a reality. El Paso-based, passion-driven, Marlak Production, where your story gets heard and seen. See the video description for details. Back to you, Johnny. What's going on, A-Town? Giveaway alert. We've teamed up with Combat Fighting Championship to hook up 3 lucky subscribers with free tickets to CFC4 going down July 5th. This is your shot to witness all the action live, no strings, just fists flying, legs kicking, and guys grappling. You know how much we love that? Want in? Just subscribe, check the video description down below with all the details, and don't miss out CFC4. It's gonna be wild. All right, I think we got it.
Is that just sparkling water? Or just regular water?
It's just spring water, bro. Just regular water. Yeah. Ashton Hall is a dude that's making this shit famous. I don't know if you've seen his videos. He blew this brand up. Yeah, dude got like 18 million followers. And he did a little video about his day, like getting up at 6 a.m., washing his face, doing all that shit. He blew this brand up like crazy. He's now like a fucking influencer for them and made millions of dollars. But it's actually really good water. I've always been like, I just try to drink water throughout the day. So I always have a good glass, good bottle of water on me and shit like that.
Sure. Cool. Saratoga, I've never had it.
Yeah, Saratoga and Mountain Spring are like the 2 go-tos.
You prefer spring water over like
For sure.
purified water?
Yeah.
I can't get over that, the taste.
Really?
Maybe I just need to get used to it. I guess I've drank like purified water for so long
Yeah.
that the spring water tastes like too salty for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Just nothing but spring water. Because the purified is basically recycled water. It's piss water.
Mm-hmm.
Basically is, it's like our water that we have here. They're just cleaning it out and putting chemicals in it and shit and filtering it out.
Yeah.
Even a lot. I work with a guy that has a local water. He has a spring too as well. And we're always talking about this shit because of the water.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy, man. But
I need to get into that spring water. Sal, my other producer, videographer, he prefers spring water as well. And I was like, I don't know, man.
Same.
yeah, it's just knowing the difference. Like I said, purified, you have some kind of filtration process that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I just I'm big on that. I'm trying to I've always been like big. And I think I got it because I used to work for Kraft Foods, like customer service. And I used to they used to ask me questions like, what is this chemical you're putting in my fucking food, right? And then I would go and be like, oh shit, this shit says it's carcinogenic. They're like, you're giving me cancer, you son of a bitch. So, I learned a lot. So I was like, I've always been big on that. Like, I try to eat as clean as possible. I, try to exercise and do shit like that.
Yeah, you seem very from speaking to you right now, you seem like you treat your body like a machine, right?
You have to,
and
man.
And you're just trying to maintain it.
It's mind, body, and soul, man. To be able to operate at that level and deal with a lot of stress, you gotta be like, if you're not there, bro, like your body's gonna start falling apart. You're gonna start having a lot of health issues and stuff like that, because stress levels whenever you're running the business is super high.
Okay. Well, let's start off there. For those of you watching right now, welcome back to A-Town Talk, the #1 podcast in Anthony, Texas.
The only?
The only one. We're the only one
Yeah.
out there. We're monopolying Anthony with.
So that's what the A-Town's about.
That's what the A-Town's
Yeah,
about. People
nice.
always ask us like Atlanta, Austin. I'm like, no, Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a couple of dudes from Anthony.
Cool.
Today I'm joined by my co-host Raleigh,
Yo.
and then our special guest today is Raul Mendoza.
What's up, guys?
Raul is the founder of Monster Link Marketing,
Yep.
entrepreneur, fellow podcaster as well.
Yep.
So thank you so much for coming to Sheepdog Brewery.
Thanks for having me, man. It's a good vibe.
Yeah.
Good spirits.
Yeah, so shout out to Gus and Brisa for letting us shoot here today and sponsoring this episode and hosting us. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, they have an awesome place here.
Definitely. But there's a lot to talk about.
Yep.
Raul, we've already dove into some stuff, man, but I'm really excited. And I want to start off with your origins, right? You've told me right now you've been doing this for about 10 years now.
20 years.
20 years, sorry, my bad.
Have had my business for 14 years, but I would even say a lot longer than that because I started off in music, but I've always been in some kind of creative field.
And you did music here in El Paso, or where'd you?
Yeah, I recorded music for many years here. I was an audio engineer for about 13 years, and I recorded a lot of local bands. I recorded at Sonic Ranch. My brother has a long band that he's had here for over 30 years, and just have been in the scene of music here in El Paso. I used to record a lot of hip hop artists. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you go to school for that, or is it something you just picked up?
No, it's something I picked up and was very passionate. I played drums for my brother's band when I was probably about 9 years old till I was about 16 when he kicked me out of the band. Yeah.
Why did he kick you out?
Because I missed a big show because I was too busy with my girlfriend, man.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. I was pussy whooped. So
that's why I don't have one of those.
Yeah.
What was that transition from music to the marketing aspect for you?
It was easy, man. It was super easy. And honestly, if I tell you, I was forced to do it.
Really?
I was forced. I was going through a tough time in my personal life and going through a separation. And that was one of my things like that I was asked to give up my recording music and to keep my family. And I did that, which ended up being one of the biggest blessings of my life. So,
wow.
Yeah.
In those early days, you were telling us that you started off in your garage.
Yep.
What was that like, man?
That was, we had a meeting, was probably the first interaction that we had because we were already doing that. I was recording out of my garage. A lot of people that know me from the past know that I used to have a bunch of hip hop artists come to my garage and I would record out of my garage. I had a studio in my garage and literally open up the door and have people come in and we'd record. But at this time where I'm like, all right, what's going to be the next big thing? And I had a friend of mine, Raul Hernandez, who I've had on my podcast before. He's a local videographer, well-known videographer here. Yeah. He was coming back and forth from LA, came back from LA and asked us to put together a website for him. So I met him, said, hey guys, we're looking to do a website. And me and my friend Carlos, who still works with me, works for me, and also I'm a partner with him in another business. We own an IT company as well. We said, you know what, fuck it, let's take on this project. Let's learn how to build this WordPress website, right? And it was the passion of Raul having his music. He was doing big artists, like he was working with like Snoop Dogg, he was working with Cypress Hill, this guy, if you've seen his portfolio, he has a huge portfolio of artists. So we were like, man, this is our way to get into music because we wanted an in on music, Yeah. And so we learned how to build a WordPress website. We got a manual about that big. It was probably year 2 or year 3 of WordPress. When Matthew Mullenweg just started WordPress.
What year is this?
You're talking about probably like 2004, 2005.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. This was before the iPad. So, yeah. So
kids at home are going to be like, what?
Yeah. This was before the iPad, bro. So that was like the beginning and went to a seminar. I was working at Alamo Auto Supply as a marketing director and had started getting more into the marketing end, right? Because I had to I was recording music, and I needed to get more serious with I had finished college and done everything that society told me to do, right? And then had to do something with it. So, like I said, going through this transition where I had to choose whether music or something else, I did music and just laying around all day, man, trying to figure it out what was going to be the next step. I went to a seminar in Bristol, Tennessee. They presented about search engine optimization. This was before the iPad. And I was blown away, dude. I came back and I was working on Raul's project, and then simultaneously said, you know what, I think we got something. I'm going to do my own website, see if I can rank it #1 here in town. I did that in 6 months. And then after that, I was like, dude, I think we got a business. And I got Gabe, who's my graphic designer still now, to do me a logo. And we had a meeting. The first meeting we had was me, Raul Hernandez, Danny Varela, who is a well-known videographer, photographer here. He was, he's, I don't know if you know AB, who does stuff for Let's Do Makeup.
Yeah.
He was under Danny. So all these guys were at my house. We were going to do a fucking company. And then at the last minute, Raul kind of says, I got to do my own thing because, I'm not going to get hired by other companies. Danny says, you know what, I'm out too. And me and Carlos stayed with it. And that was the early days. We were just in my garage and we're like, all right, let's go. Like we did a spreadsheet. Literally, I did a spreadsheet of maybe like 200. Try to find just one block, just Lee Trevino. And I'm just like, identify every fucking business. And we're just going to go door knocking. And literally, I went for like a month knocking on doors, offering my services to people. And literally, we sold zero, bro. Nobody. I offered my services for free. I was like, I'll build a website for free. And a lot of people blew me off. But that was the early days.
And that's where Monster Link started?
Yeah, I started out in my garage. Just like I said, me, Carlos, my nephew, Josh, who's still with me. Both guys are still with me till this day. And then Gabe working part-time because there's a lot in there, but I ended up getting fired from Alamo Auto Supply. Gabe, my graphic designer, took my position, and then I was able to offer him a job to come work for me.
Where did the name Monster Link come from?
My kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, my kids came up with it, and I wanted to get my kids involved in it. My kids are a big part of my life. And we were watching Monsters Inc. at the time. And my kids, we came up with 3 names. Monster Link, I think it was like Shark, some shit. And we send out an email, text message to like 100 people with just like a vote. Very easy vote, and everybody picked Monster Link. So I said that's what everybody picks, so that's what we're going to go with.
Oh, wow.
But it means a lot more. Obviously, like one of the reasons why we picked Monster Link was because we knew, again, because we started off with the roots of search engine optimization. We're like, we're going to be the top link. Like, we're going to help people be a Monster Link. Like we want their link to have like weight.
You were talking about doing the door-to-door.
Yep.
It's something you don't really see anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
I literally walked door to door.
Yeah.
While I had a full-time job. So I would go during lunch. I would go before work. I'd go after work. I've always double hustled. Like when I was going to school, I was working a full-time job. When I was working a full-time job, I was running my business on the side. When I was working full-time, I had my studio where I would go record until the wee hours of the morning. So.
But you need to have that. You were talking about you need to have that, like almost be like insane, right? You almost have to be just live and breathe that.
Yep. I believe, man. I mean, if you think of, at this point in my career, I've crossed paths with pretty much every marketing company. I'm now meeting like younger people that are doing it, right? But like if you look at the people that have been here for years that are really build a big ass agency like Sanders and Wingo, or you look at things like that, and it was unheard of somebody like me doing what I did. It was timing, man. Like I said, when you come in, when the iPad was coming in, Google was becoming a thing, Facebook was becoming a thing.
Yeah.
It was an opportunity, and I think we're living through that opportunity right now too with AI.
Do you have like a particular like marketing philosophy that you follow nowadays, or do you feel like you kind of still stick to your roots?
No, I'm always evolving, man. I'm open to learn. I'm always constantly learning. That's one of the things that I think you have to do to stay relevant is continue to educate yourself. So, yeah, you have to stay on top of it. I read books. I was reading a book on my way here, Entrepreneur 2.0. Shout out, like
Okay.
that book is great. If you look at that guy's series, but it's just always educating yourself. At night while I'm working out, I'm watching podcasts and I'm watching keynotes and stuff. So you have to, in this world, in the world of digital, if you're getting into the technical aspects of marketing, and yeah, it's very technical. So having that background, I think, is good because a lot of people that get into marketing and they come from a creative standpoint, right?
Yeah.
Like I do cool photos, I do cool, but that was my secret sauce. Is that like not only can I do really cool photos, but I can also program. I also know how to program. I know how to build websites. I know how to run ads. I know how to do advanced shit with ads. So it's like I can take that creative, and then now we can reach the masses with it.
As far as like the creative side,
Yep.
content is huge nowadays for
Yep.
marketing, right? Like it's all, a lot of it we see it through social media.
Yep.
What is your thought process when it comes to creating like original content and stuff like that? Like what?
Yeah, I think it's always changing and evolving, but I can tell you one of the things is be open-minded, bro. Like I'm always picking up shit from the young people, the 20-year-olds that work at my office. I always pick up stuff. I look at trends. I search the niches. I look at people that are being successful already in the niche that I'm trying to go for. So I think it's all about research. And then from there, coming back to your own roots and saying, okay, how can I create myself and be unique to stand out? And, you know, that's always a struggle with people, right? Do I do content so I get more views? I do content to stick to shit that I'm passionate about, right?
You're also not like you're not scared to be funny.
No,
To
no.
you know, I've seen a couple of your
Yeah, yeah.
videos where you
Yeah.
don't take yourself too serious a lot of the
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I'm a jokester at heart, man. Like since day one, I was recording skits before skits was a fucking thing. If you go back and look at my Mexicans on 4th of July type video and stuff like that, I love doing that stuff. I love to build up to get to where we do like movies and stuff like that. But it's always been like production and stuff. But I'm very good at that, like organizing stuff to be like, okay, this is what I'm going to need to do. It's what's made me great at what I do. I'm very OCD about shit. So
Have you worked on any movies or anything like that?
I have worked on filming, the filming end of stuff, but just very short parts of things. But no, I haven't really dipped into movies and motion picture. I know that Raul and friends of mine are always like, hey, come to the film festival, come get involved. But I'm like so locked in my lane and what I'm trying to do that I haven't been able to get there. But when I get enough money, bro, we're going to do that. And with AI now, we're going to do that. We'll definitely get into it because I'm at heart, I'm a storyteller. I like capturing people's stories too. I love, like, that's what I love about podcasts, man. Like, I love documentaries. If you talk to my girl, she'll tell you I'll go to sleep to fucking the biggest movie, but I'll sit and watch a documentary.
Yeah, I love shooting that style of documentaries, and
Yeah.
we kind of dabbled a little bit. We kicked off our season 2 this year. We did like a series called Borderland Pods where we focused on local. We wanted in local podcasts, and we wanted to do that documentary style. There's still stuff that I want to explore in that route, and we're kind of working on some stuff right now. But yeah,
It's
I
fun,
love
man.
that.
It's
Yeah.
super fun. Like, I love it. I have no time limit. Like, and we've been doing it forever. Like I said, since my brother was involved in music, I've worked with creators for a very long time. Very talented people from here. Some that left, man, that we were just shooting on little fucking camcorders. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've just always been very interested and intrigued, and I try to have a good attitude. If I show up, dude, even if it's like I'm never too big for the occasion. I just like if I need to shovel that dirt, I'm gonna shovel it. So
Yeah. And like we're talking about like trends and stuff like that.
yeah,
I've noticed like El Paso like content is
Yeah.
very like food focused and like
Yeah.
business focused.
yeah.
Why do you think that is? Like, why are we so obsessed with like restaurants and food content here?
I think it's in the culture, man. People love to eat and shit. And this is something that I'm very passionate about too, like in the eating, just because of our high levels of diabetes, breast cancer levels through the roof and shit like that. And so the segment that we have, Monster Finds, which is where we go around finding places around town, was something that the girls, my social media girls, introduced to me and said, "Hey, Raul, we'd love to do this," right? And then I kind of just got involved because I like to get involved in everything. So, but the segment works, bro. Like, fucking hundreds of thousands of people watch those fucking videos. And when I go places, like today, we went to Naranja, and I walked in, as kid just walks up, "Hey, bro, you're from Monzaling, I seen you did it," and it just works, and the content gets around. So definitely from a marketing standpoint, I think it works. I think the other reason is because the way we search is changing. Like, older generation, like I'm talking about 40 and above, is going to go to Google. Younger generation now are looking to like TikTok. They're looking to, and now you got AI. So this is something that I'm very intrigued about. I can talk about all day because I love search. It's one of my thing that I really, really nerd out on, about search, about DeepSeek, and projects that Google's working on to better the experience when people are looking for shit.
Yeah, no, everybody, like, that is, you nailed it on the head with the TikTok, where everybody goes to TikTok. And
Yeah.
we recently barely jumped on the TikTok bandwagon because I'm 32 and I'm not that old, but
Yeah.
TikTok, like, to me, it was always like doing the little dances and stuff like that. I was like, nah, fuck that, like, but now that I've seen how like important it is, like, I've been spending
Super,
a
right?
lot more
Yeah.
time on TikTok.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I obsess on it, bro. Like, I'm fucking like watch my shit like 100 times because I'm intrigued from it from a psychological standpoint, So I'm trying to reverse engineer. I'm trying to understand it. Like, my social media account is a big psychological experiment. Like, I'm just trying to understand it, because the better I understand it, first of all, the better I can explain it to my clients. And honestly, I was the same way. I was like, dude, what the fuck are we doing like this? Like, why are we doing this? I was very late to the bandwagon of social media, but we've come on strong. And when I look back at it, if I would have gotten in a lot, because there was that big push that people had on Instagram where you were able to get a ton of followers. Now it's like Malibu, bro. It's like you got to work your ass to get followers. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have great content, so and then TikTok, we were actually early to TikTok. So I got 50,000 followers like this, like,
Wow.
And just recently, when all the back and forth, are they going to kill it? What's going to happen with TikTok? We kind of put that on pause, but we're coming back around to it, and it works, man. Like, I have my neighbor be like, "Hey, man, I see you on TikTok all the time, everywhere." Like, my kids' school, they want to talk about fucking my content, like,
Yeah.
to my kids and to my girl. So
We just recently, I've been geeking about it all day because I posted a clip yesterday and it's been our highest viewed clip. And I mean, it's like nowhere near like going super viral, but for us, it's been a lot. And I think right now, what was it, at 15K, 16K? And to us, that's huge because
celebrate it, bro. Like,
yeah. And
it's great.
I've been showing Raleigh all day, and I'm like, dude, they just keep coming in, likes and comments. And I think about, like, I've been thinking about, like, what did I do different this time
Yeah.
around? And
Yeah.
it all went back to the editing.
Yeah.
I spent a little extra time. I added I added more sound effects to the video to make it more engaging.
It's key, bro. Yeah.
I know you have people now that do some of the videos, but do you still do some of the videography work and stuff like that?
Absolutely not. But I hate that I don't, bro, because I love to be creative. Like, if I could just sit down and do editing all day and get paid what I get paid, then I'd be good, bro.
Yeah.
Because I love being creative. But no, I don't do any of the editing. I have probably 5 or 6 different editors that do shit for me.
Okay.
And I'm always like trying to say, like, all right, this guy's good at this. So you got to kind of be good at, like, okay, like making sure that you're getting the right people on the team and stuff. But I'm always experimenting, and every single editor has brought some key piece that was like game changing to what we were doing. But for sure, like, we're always experimenting with like hooks at the beginning, setting the question the way like the way you're doing right now. I'll set my question. I already know that's my intro, and I'll come in and then visuals, bring them visuals, tell the story, bring them along on that story. I think is good.
Yeah. What's that saying? Is show, don't tell.
it's cool. I mean, you're gonna be a fucking a rat in a cage, right? Just trying to spin your wheels, trying to figure out what the algorithm's doing, right?
Yeah.
But there's definitely things that you'll pick up that like, oh, okay, I see that worked. Definitely, like I said, the hooks work, guys. Like if anything, I can push, focus on your hooks.
Okay. So another thing that I've noticed it's very inconsistent depending on the platform.
Yeah.
So Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, you can do the same clip and all
Yeah.
three of them, and they'll
Yeah,
perform different.
Yeah.
Like, do you have any insights to that? Why that is?
They're categorizing you. So on TikTok, you may be categorized as like, for us, anything El Paso based, So we try to focus on it. It's a conversation we're having as far as like we've experimented out. I don't know if you go into Instagram, there's a section that tells you what your viewers are watching, what type of content they're watching. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, the little hearts at the top. And
no, it's under, let me see. I could probably give you a visual.
Okay. So this is all shit that I want to know. I should have brought my notepad. Notes.
Yeah, so if you're on Instagram, you can go in. So say you're here, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna show everybody when you're in so go to your dashboard, right? You're gonna go into your professional dashboard and then go under inspiration. All right, so you're gonna click on inspiration and then look at the section where it says popular with your followers. Okay. So that's the type of content your followers are watching. So that's one of the things that we noticed is that a lot of the people that are watching our shit are watching comedy, And so we are doubling down on doing more comedy type stuff. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we have our segments. So all of our content too, the other thing that I can tell you that's a gem is break down your content into segments. Similar, like if you're running ESPN or you're running Channel 9, right? You're going to say what goes on at 7, what goes on at 9, what goes on. So that's the way we break down stuff to be like, okay, I have my segments. Like I have El Paso Trivia is one of my segments. And I have probably over 1,000 episodes of El Paso Trivia that I can always go back to, recut it, change the music. Mm-hmm. So that's one segment. I have podcast clips, right? And then we have other things like we have office humor, right? Yeah. So then you have those segments and then I think what happens a lot of times, people give up on their segments too fast. Like you said, we're celebrating 15,000, bro. If 15,000 people packed in this fucking room,
yeah,
that would be a shitload of people, bro.
Yeah.
15,000 is a lot of people. And I think sometimes people are like, oh, it was only 1,000, bro. 1,000 is a lot of people, bro. So don't get discouraged by that, bro. Like just keep going. But those are some gems. Like find your segments, keep working your segments. Look at your niche. You can search your niche and what you're doing. Mm-hmm. See the videos that are getting millions of views. Take those ideas and then restructure them. Those are good ideas to start off with. Like I'll give you an example. There's a popular video on Instagram where the boss comes out, sees the team working together. He sees them and they're ordering food. So we're like, fuck it. We're going to flip it. And instead of them ordering food, we're going to have them looking at FitFam mugshots. FitFam loved it. They picked it up. The video got over 100,000 views.
Yeah.
So
it's like you're catering to
you're just taking something that's already popular. It works, but you're sculpting it and you're catering it to your content, to your people. Yeah. So we're constantly doing that all the time. A lot of stuff that you see, we're rethinking it. The wind content, people in El Paso love because they complain about wind all the time. Much. So
it's been so bad this year.
Yeah, we had a post that had 1.4 million views, fucking wind, and it was like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So I think sometimes we try to tell the story and we're very intricate with the stuff, but that literally was like, hey, grab the phone, we're gonna go outside. We're going to put the dune sound and, it was literally, that was it,
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not overthinking. It's just like, all right, it's just timing. Yeah. Timing can be important. So just all of those things have really, really helped us. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm always going to seminars too. So every time I go to places, we interact with a lot of influencers. I personally work for influencers that have over 1 million followers. And so I'm always picking their brains too. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, what did you do with this? How did this work and stuff? So it's just implementing all those little things and keep going, keep sculpting, pushing your stuff forward. A lot of people think like, oh, well, I need to have high quality shit. It's like, no, bro, just be creative, continue to be out there and network with people, you know?
Yeah.
This is a great platform for you to meet a shitload of people. So
Yeah, I love like I was telling you earlier, the podcast was kind of just something that I did for myself, and then it evolved over
yeah,
time, and I've been able to do so many cool
yeah,
things because of the people I've met and the friends that
yeah,
I've met. Um, like just the fact that we're here at Sheepdog Brewery recording a podcast in broad daylight
yeah,
is so fucking cool.
yeah.
And if you asked me a year ago when I was shooting in my living room, like this was crazy, you
We
know?
have great people here in El Paso, bro. A
Yeah.
lot of people don't know we have some super creative people. This is one of the things that I'm passionate about, why I started the agency. When I got out of college, there was no opportunities in agencies. Like you had to wait till somebody died to get in, you know, or, you know, like it was tough, and it still is very tough because there aren't a lot of opportunities. But that was my goal, is like, let's go out there to the world, dude. Let's start. Like we have clients in LA, we have clients in Scottsdale, we have clients in Dallas, and we're bringing that work back here to El Paso, to this area, and we're being able to compete on that national level. So
That's awesome. I want to go back a little bit to touch up on like the influencer aspect,
yep,
because El Paso, we don't have a whole lot of influencers, right? We have like Let's Do Makeup, which is probably like one of the biggest ones.
yeah,
And then other than that, and I hate this term, but micro influencers, we have
yep.
a lot of those.
And nano influencers, right? Have you heard that term
We're
too?
in the nano category. Is there something
Yeah.
smaller than nano?
I think it's micro, and then nano, and then mid tier, and then so
Well, we're bottom tier right now, but we're working our way up.
yeah, yeah.
Well, like, why do you think we don't have as many influencers here in El Paso?
We do. We have a lot of them, dude.
Okay.
They're out there. It's just they're always popping out. You're like, what the fuck? This person had 200,000 followers. How the hell? Where did they come from, right? So it's just getting out there, and this is why in our new facility we're going to be doing influencer social media meetups, so that way we can network a little bit more. But there are some great ones. Like, I'll give you an example. A lot of people think Les is the most followed person in El Paso, but it's actually Grace.
Oh wow.
And we've worked with Grace. She has a page called Unibugs. Go check out her page.
Okay.
Super sweet person too. Great page. Has over 1 million followers on Instagram, and has almost like 3 on YouTube.
Oh
So
shit.
yeah. So and we helped her build website, and I mean, huge, bro. Like huge reach around the world. So a lot of people don't know about her. You know, there's other people that have you know, over 100,000 followers. So I think, you know, at 100,000, you're reaching a shitload of people, you know.
Yeah.
And even at where we're at with the 50 and 30, 35, like we're still, like you go around people and know, like, hey man, I seen your shit. I walked in over here to this room back here, and the guy's like, hey, you're that guy from, so it works, you know?
Yeah.
So the content gets out. And I think even if you're at that micro influencer level, right now, that's where we're trying to piece things together. We've had talks about that for a long time. We've wanted to do an agency where we can help develop influencers and help them kind of bridge that gap between the brands. And because we're already hiring a lot of influencers for businesses, and I've got businesses that are looking for spokespeople, models, stuff like that. So but there is a lot of them out there. There's a lot here in El Paso, and some people that are doing some great stuff, man. But a lot of them, you'd be surprised. Like you said, they're in food, man.
Yeah.
They're in food, and they do crazy shit with food. I'm like, man,
That's one
food
of the
content is gold.
like De La Story. They
Yeah.
blew up just doing food content.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
then, yeah, they're pretty big.
yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. For us, like, you know, you have a lot of influencers, and you know, they make a lot of money right now off of being influencers. But I think we're going to start seeing the AI influencer come in. It's going to change the game.
What does that look like? Let's jump into that.
Yeah. So now you can create your own bot and or AI influencer and start creating content with that influencer. Have you heard of AI agents, and you kind of getting into that stuff?
No, so my AI is, as far as it goes, is like ChatGPT.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
It's something that I'm very intrigued with. And when we do these seminars that I'm telling you, we're going to be doing AI seminars with social media. I think it's going to be game changing. Like I said, there was an opportunity when we got in back in 2007. Now, I think this is the other big moment in marketing that's going to change the game, in business in general, just in our lives as humans. That's going to change the game. But AI influencers, so basically you're going to be able to create an influencer just by talking. So no more typing. You got release like of Google goggles, right? The Google glasses that are coming out. So the Google glasses that are coming out, they're going to have AI embedded in them, which I think is going to be game changing. So it'll be like augmented reality, like some RoboCop type shit, where you turn and it's going to give you all the information you want of that painting, who painted it. It'll connect you to their page. And so it's going to hyper increase connecting with people. And then you're going to have people like us that are going to be AI generated. And because we are people, we fall in love with our favorite shoes. We fall in love with our favorite hat, our favorite, right?
Yeah.
We're going to fall in love with AI things as well. We're going to treat them as people, things.
Do you think that we'll lose that like human connection little by little if we start going too much into the AI?
When you say human connection, what are you talking about? Like,
so like, let's say if, we're doing like an influencer AI,
you won't know the difference.
it'll be
so real that they're already out there. You can jump onto Instagram and find them on there. Just search for AI influencers and look at their content. It's so real. They have millions of followers and they're generating revenue. There's some on OnlyFans already creating content.
Yeah.
It's already here. It's like, but it's going to become more of a thing. Like you're going to see this happening more and more.
Wow. And they look human, like realistic,
100%.
Shit.
That's crazy.
You won't be able to tell us. You guys, you said you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
How old are you?
34.
34. So I don't say maybe your grandchildren, but maybe your kids' grandchildren, maybe your grandchildren are going to probably be in a relationship with an AI.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Insane.
You have a girlfriend, be like, check it out, Gramps, here's my girl. We'll be like, oh, what's up? Damn, she's hot. Like, oh shit, she's a robot.
Yeah.
Wow. It's crazy.
Yeah, it will, guys. It's something that I'm very intrigued on. I follow it a lot because I'm interested in what it's going to do to business. That's one of my core things that I'm very interested is in business and how we shape business. What impact does it have? So I get into marketing. I love all this cool shit too. But the thing that I'm really, really like focused on and is one of our core values of what we're doing is to have an impact on our community. And we do it through the businesses and educating owners and helping them understand how these systems are going to impact every one of their fields, but yeah, we're getting ready to go into this world where it's going to be much different with AI agents. You'll have an AI agent order food for you. Like the whole interaction to get somebody on your podcast is probably going to be an AI agent that'll go out and fish it, get the person, bring it to people.
Okay. Shit, I need one of those right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they're out there. They're already out there. So mess with the different AI platforms, mess with Grok, mess with, if you're already doing with ChatGPT, do the voice activated ChatGPT where you're actually training your bot to interact a little bit better with you. I do it all the time. All my meetings, things that I got to talk to my employees, I educate it and tell it about my employees. It'll give me advice. It's going to be 10 times smart. It's already 10 times. It's going to be 1,000 times smarter than us.
Wow.
It's like our intelligence to a fly.
Yeah.
That's what we will be to these things.
What about like the Neuralink and all that?
So I'm excited about it, bro. Like I'll probably be one of the first ones to sign up.
It's just going to make the transition a lot smoother.
See, one of the things that you got to understand, people think like Neuralink, like, oh, we're going to be robots. But what you got to look at is the limitation of the human. A human's limitation is our capacity to memorize shit. We can only memorize about 150. The average person remembers about 150 people's names. Our memory is limited. And now with technology, we're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Massively.
We're just fucking feeding information to
this
our
is
brains
why
all
you
the
have
time,
skyrocketing anxiety and all sorts of shit. but the machine allows us now to be able to keep all of that. So like right now, already today, the way I use my the way I use AI is as a memory bank. It's remembering shit for me. It's reminding me shit. And that way I don't have to store that shit in my brain. So that's one of the things I'm intrigued about is how do we continue to be more efficient, more effective, right? And that's what AI is going to do. So that's what you got to understand, that it's not just like we're putting it in, we're becoming robots, but it's like, what are our limitations? So our limitations are our memory capacity, and our limitations are the fact that we're emotional beings. We decide based on emotion. Where if you looked at shit like you really looked at a side by side, it'd probably be like, you probably shouldn't get with that girl and get her pregnant, right? And,
Yeah.
but that's the way it works. So
Thank you, Chris.
Is that for
Yeah,
me or for
thank
you?
you.
Me? Cool. Thank you.
thank you. Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna need another one for this fucking AI talk, man.
Yeah. No, it's
But-
it's a lot. It's interesting, man. But
Yeah.
like my thoughts, and I guess I'm just like I've watched too many sci-fi movies. Like
Yeah.
it goes straight to like Judgment Day, Terminator, and
Yeah, I mean, we could. There's a really good book by Mo Warts. It's called
Thank you.
Scary Smart. And that's one scenario. People could use it for bad as well, and people will use it for bad. But I think the innovation that we're going to get out of it, like diseases that we've never been able to understand, we'll be able to break down and understand it and stuff like that. But from a business standpoint and a marketing standpoint, I'm like, bro, this is like gold. Like today, our workflows, this is why back when I first started the agency, bro, it was so much legwork. I had to have a writer. I had to have, like, we don't need any of that shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like even to have a financial advisor, I had a financial advisor, even a tax strategist, and all this. AI now can do it for you, and it'll analyze your P&L. It'll tell you what you and it's going to be 10 times better than any advice than any human would give you.
Yeah, I mean I use it a lot for like our descriptions and for like the YouTube videos, because that was one thing I always hated doing.
Yep.
And I always thought to myself, like, what's the point? Because nobody's gonna fucking read the YouTube description,
Yeah.
but I still wanted to do it, right?
Yeah.
And now I just
It's important.
Yeah,
Huge. It's
yeah.
their search engine optimization and YouTube videos. So
So now I'll throw in like key points from what we talked about, tell it what to do, and it comes up with it, and then like I'll tweak it if I have to. But yeah, it saves you so much
all
time.
my questions and all my research too.
Yeah.
Like when I was interviewing Cinta de Oro, who is a wrestler, I was like, go research everything, and I want you to give me 30 questions on what should I ask this guy, and make sure that the content and the question you ask me are going to be able to be cut for social media, and I want them to be really good, interesting cuts so that we can use this content to go viral with it.
Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna play a little bit of like devil's advocate with you.
Yep.
What about the whole like taking the artistry away from it?
Yeah.
What do you think? There was the recent with like Studio Ghibli, right?
Yep.
Where people were posting their portraits in that format, and then people were getting like trying to
Yep.
cancel these people and stuff like
Yep.
that. What do you think about that?
Yeah. So here's my opinion on it. So I told you guys I recorded music, right?
Yeah.
I used to also make beats, and I had people that we would make beats. There was a hip hop artist that were like diehard hip hop, like, bro, you're sampling shit. That's whack. Like, why are you using other people's records? Like, that's not creative and creativity, right? So I've always been a thing like, bro, like the world is your canvas, bro. We're creators. Like everything is around creation, and everything that you're creating was already a thought by somebody at one point, dude. So we're remixing shit all the time. So that's how I see it. We're remixing shit.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel, man. I feel like when we already have a shitload of rules in life, bro, why put more rules on yourself? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, let's live happy, be free, bro. Let people fucking, if that dude wants to stay straight with his shit, let him not use AI. And then when his numbers go like this, he'd be like, man, maybe because this is a conversation I have with my son. My son does animation, and he's like, that's soulless. Like, I just showed him, like, look, let me show you. I popped that in, that image, do this, papa. I animated it. He's like, that's soulless, And so I do have that, and I said, cool, that's for you,
Yeah.
So I just say whatever you like, whatever you are true to. Some people are going to say, I want to do the yard work with the shovel. And some people will be like, fuck it, I'm going to use a machine. I'm going to do it in 10 minutes and be out of there.
And then you can cut more yards that way.
Exactly.
get through more
So
lawns
it
and stuff,
depends. Are
yeah.
you looking at it You know, some people are like, nah, I'm an artist at heart. I'm not about money. And then they are having to do jobs that they hate to stay true to their word. You know, and I feel like sometimes we put ourselves in a cage, bro.
Yeah. I feel like at that point, like you're just gonna make yourself unhappy because you're not doing the things that you truly enjoy. You know.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel. Life already has a shitload of rules. Why are you gonna put more on you?
Yeah, just
You
make
know,
it
so I
easy.
just I love being creative. I'm always looking for new tools, bro. And I'm like, if I can use that tool with that, and then we mix that with that, bro, it's something new. That's how you got samples, right? That's how you had Kanye West.
Yeah.
That's how you have these great people, bro. Everything, every design, all the hats, everything we wear is remixed by somebody. So, you know, what did Picasso say? Like, good artist borrow, bad artist steal, or some shit like that. Yeah, something to that. So, yeah, like, you know, just create, bro.
Sweet.
That's how I feel. But
Yeah, I saw like just people like losing their mind over that, and I was like, damn, that's fucking.
yeah, I
that's
mean,
crazy.
you have a lot of people in the movie industry because they're mad, bro, because they're comfortable and they want to be comfortable. And see, we as humans, we're always seeking comfort, bro. This is something I love to talk about. We always seek comfort. We want more air conditioner, more comfort in the back, a better sleep, right? A better pillow, a better this, right? But I think that has gotten us away from the things that make us human, man. Life is not meant to be like that. And I always try to find shit that's hard because it keeps me hard. It keeps me hard in my mind.
No, definitely. I was one of those people that stayed in the comfort zone for years. And like I was telling you, I've only been doing this for about a year and a half. And it wasn't until I started pushing myself and getting
Yeah.
out of my comfort zone that I learned that like, hey, maybe I'm good at this. Maybe this is what I've always, like I found a passion because I got out of that comfort zone. And now I struggle with that. I struggle with trying to like I hear you talking about how you're so strict with like your systems that you do like in play every day. And I think like, damn, like I need to fucking do that. I've been trying to go to the gym every day, 8 a.m. Sometimes I
That's
get
the
there
key
at
to
8:30
that's
or,
the key to freedom, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's the other way around. But if you really, really broke it down, who has the freedom? It's just changing your perception of things. See? Most people say, like, I have to work out. Instead of change your mind frame, say, I get to work out. I'm blessed, bro.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a hospital, just laying there, not knowing what the future of what you're going to happen?
I haven't, no.
That changes your life and your perception, bro. I've had to go through that. I've had to go through things personally that are things like, shit, man, this might be it. Where you have to like kind of look back and be like, fuck, did I do everything that I wanted to do? Like, I already had the fire with me, but as I've gotten older, I've gotten even more. I take pride in just even the most smallest things, bro. The way I see it is, look, we're all sitting on the ocean, right? You can build a sandcastle, bro. I would just want to build the best sandcastle. It's all gonna fucking go away. It's gonna be washed away. We all know that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people are just like, oh, fuck it, I'll just do a couple of little castles.
Yeah.
Some people are like, fuck it, I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna dig trenches and everything. But it's up to you the way you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just changed my mind frame, bro. I started to love the things that I hated. And that's why I try to teach my kids. I try to teach the work, but that's what's gotten me to where I've gotten, because I'm like, when most people are like, oh man, like I got to do that. I'm like, all right, bro, this is where I start to smile, you know? I did martial arts for many years. And one of the things that I loved was in jujitsu, you go roll with the biggest fucker in the class, all right? And when he's fucking pinning you down and he's sweating all over your face and you can't breathe because he's choking you, that's when you smile. Because that's when you're like, I feel alive, bro. Now I got to figure out a way out of this.
Yeah.
You know? And then when you get out of it, you're stronger. You come out stronger in the other end. So that's the way I feel, man. That's the way I see life. And I choose to live it like that. Again, everybody's going to say, how are you going to build your sandcastle, bro? But I'm going to try to do it the best I can, bro.
Damn. That's really inspiring, man. And I honestly, I think I needed to hear that, because that's stuff, shit that I've been struggling with lately. So
that's why I do what I do with the podcast and everything, man. Because I was a C student, D student. but I just started realizing that I can become who I want to become as long as I can see it, I can visualize it, and I work every day to get to it, you know? And I just try to take it dead serious, bro. Like that's where I'm at in my life. Like I already know shit's not gonna go good, bro. But the more you look at it, every time you go through a hard time, you're like, all right, well, fuck it. I just got to get up faster. The longer you stay in your pity party, bro, the longer you're bringing yourself down. So, and just change your circle, change of what you like. I got to the point where I tell my mom or anybody tell me if it's negative shit, I don't want to hear it, and they get pissed at me, bro, because they'd be like, "This fucker, like, where the fuck does he think he is?" You know. Mm-hmm. But you literally have to be that focused on what you want to do, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to unfollow FitFam now because
no, it's bad. There's actually, if you read the book "How to Win Friends, Influence People," Think and Grow Rich, right? Napoleon Hill, one of my favorite authors. If you read those books, bro, there is scientific studies and scientific proof that if you see shit like if you see crashes happening, you're gonna fucking get into a crash, you know? Mm-hmm. So that's how way our brain works. It's super powerful, bro. This is what I'm very excited about AI because it's gonna uncover the power that we have within ourselves. There's an energy that we have that's beyond, that's very powerful that you can telepathically like create shit. You create your world.
Yeah, people call it manifesting.
Manifestation, yeah. That's what's actually going to be on our hats under here, manifest, bro, because I believe that shit. Like I manifest everything. This building that I had, I sat in my yard, did breath work, thought about it. I knew exactly how I was going to look. And then I went out and it happened.
Are you a religious person?
Not super religious. Like I don't go to church, but I talk to God every single day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
For years, I grew up religious and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I think over the years, I've just kind of developed it to where it's just like a relationship with me and him, you know?
You have to, man. He's going to be the one that's going to be there through the hardest times, you know? And yeah, man, like I'm constantly in my head about shit. But yeah, you got to just get that fire going, bro. You do that, you'll be unstoppable, bro. Like, I'm like, nobody's going to outwork me. Nobody, like, that's how I feel. Like,
yeah,
I'm literally going at it like I'm training for I watch the UFC while I'm fucking, like, I feel like I'm training for that, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I said, I'm going to tell you what we're going to need to climb the mountain. You want to come on with it. I'm on some David Goggins type shit, like with my mind, because I had to go there, bro. Like there would be no way that I would be where I'm at right now without that mentality.
No, that's good to have, man. And I'm going to definitely try to fucking push for that shit.
Well, you just got to say to yourself, what do I want in my life, bro? I think that's where you got to start because that's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you may say, bro, I just want to chill on a beach. Okay, what steps do I need to do to get there, right? And just become that, bro. Like all I'm doing is putting all the superheroes that I ever knew as a kid together in my head, and I'm trying to become it. That's why I got into martial arts. That's why I got into, you know, that's why I work out. That's why I do this, you know. So you guys got to do the same thing for yourself to say, what do I want? I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't stop to say, what is it that I want, bro? So I didn't do that till I was 29 years old because I was just like busy. Like I got to become this. I got to become that. And then you go to school, like you do everything that society tells you to do, right? And then at 29, I had like this moment where I'm like, bro, what the fuck am I doing? Like, you know, and I read a book. It's called Influence by Robert Cialdini. Highly recommend it. And I realized my whole life was influenced. Like basically I was doing shit that I didn't want to do. Mm-hmm. And the moment that you take control of that and say, I'm going to do what I want to do, that's when you're going to be like, all right, what do I want? That's the problem. I didn't know what I wanted.
Yeah.
So who do I want to become? And what do I want in my life? And then I wrote it down. I remember I wrote down, make $100,000 a year, and I laughed at myself. Yeah, man.
There is a power to writing shit down, though.
Yeah.
And this was something my uncle told me. It's like he told me to write down my goals.
Yep.
Write down my dreams and stuff
it's
like that.
It's corny shit, bro. But if you do it, I'm telling you, it works, bro.
Yeah.
I can. I'm going to work on a book one day, and I'm going to do this, and I want to document this more shit because you almost got to be, like I said, bro. You got to get in your head like that and it just powered, man. One of my favorite books, Laws of Success, Napoleon Hill. One of the best books, man. It's basically Think and Grow Rich on steroids, but use those principles, man. You do anything you want to do, bro.
Do you think a lot of it, like for us being like Hispanic and stuff like that, I feel that a lot of it is the way I was raised. Like
Yes.
my dad worked
Yes.
5-6 days a week.
Yes.
Right. And
Yes.
then he would come home, eat, watch some TV, go to sleep, work, repeat. And for
Yes.
years, that's how I was programmed to do.
Yes, bro.
And it wasn't until recently where I've kind of broken out of that. And
Yes, bro.
it's hard to break those chains, right? Like,
Yes, bro. Like I haven't shared a lot of my story, bro. And a lot of it I'm ashamed of, honestly, to tell you the truth, because I grew up in gangs my whole life. I didn't have a dad. My dad left when I was 3 or 4 years old. Basically, it was me and my two brothers, and so we didn't grow up with books. My mom didn't graduate from college. My mom worked 3 jobs, just to raise us, and I grew up in poverty. So, yes, we don't have books. We're illiterate, financially illiterate. A lot of the times I grew up with that shit, like, no, este güey se la tira muy chingón, yeah, that kind of shit where it backs you down from you not wanting to express yourself and be who you want to be, bro. But you just have to break through all of it, bro, and stand up to that shit and be like, I don't care what you fucking think, because at the end of the day, bro, those people will still be there criticizing people, still doing that shit. Weak minds talk about other people, man. Great minds talk about ideas and things that, so don't let that discourage you. And yeah, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I didn't pick up a book till I was 30 years old, bro. Till I was 30 years old.
Yeah.
I didn't read a single book. I didn't know more than my neighborhood, bro. I couldn't even get out of my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I grew up in the Lower Valley. I couldn't even get out of my neighborhood. I couldn't even afford 35 cents to get on a bus.
Yeah.
Grew up my whole life around drugs, and gangs. So no, you have to decide, bro. When I look back at that life, it's like a whole other lifetime for me, so you have to decide who you want to be. But yeah, man. Sorry, we end up getting these conversations.
That's powerful, man. That's fucking
that's
powerful.
great.
That keeps it real.
Yeah.
And like I said, one of the reasons why I did this podcast, it's a little bit selfish because I reach out to people that I'm interested in.
That's what I tell people. Yeah.
Yeah. It's in every pod that we do, I learn a little bit. I pick up something from someone. And
absolutely, bro.
I think this is what I needed at this point in time, because I'm at that point where I'm trying to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna make a living off of doing stuff, content and stuff like that. So it's inspiring to hear. I want to dive a little bit into your podcast as well.
Yep.
Monster Talks.
Yep.
You've been doing this for, I saw one of your first episodes was 3 years ago, right?
Or it was 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah. The podcast game has blown up since then, and it's fucking huge now. Now here's one thing that people always tell me, I want to do a podcast, but I'm scared, and I always tell them just fucking do it. Do you think podcasts are getting oversaturated nowadays, or is this still time to jump in and do one?
A lot of people think that, and that's what stops people from doing it. Mm-hmm. But actually 95% of the content that's consumed on YouTube is actually, I'm sorry, out of all the content on YouTube, 95% of it is consumers. There's only 5% of people actually creating. Mm-hmm. So I tell people, be creators, not consumers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I consume too. I'm not going to tell you that I don't, but create your own shit.
Yeah.
So I think that's what stops people. They look at those numbers and they're like, damn, that's a big mountain. I don't know if I want to climb that. Mm-hmm. But no, man, just get out there, do your thing. There's not a lot of creators. It's not as much as you think. And most people will fall off.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
I saw there was a statistic, and I don't remember the exact numbers, but most people don't go past 10 episodes or something like that.
Yeah.
They fall off after that.
It's like businesses, right? Most businesses fall off in the first year. Why? Because they're like, holy shit, I don't know what I signed up for, right? So it just goes back to discipline, bro. If you can have discipline, that's why like everything that I've been talking about, it leads to discipline. And if you can have the discipline to do things, man, like you can accomplish anything if you can focus in. And today it's even harder because we're so distracted, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, last year we took it super. Last year I found my passion, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm fucking doing this, and I was living and breathing podcasting for a full year. We did an episode every fucking week. There was 2 weeks that we didn't do, or 3.
I think 3.
I think 2 of them were
Yeah.
like family emergencies. One of them, we lost our episode. We lost the audio for it, and I was fucking
Hey, when
mad.
that happens.
Dude, I wanted to kill someone. But other than that, like we were super consistent. I did reach that burnout towards the end where I felt like I wasn't in love with it anymore. And it wasn't until I kind of got some shit straight in my life, and now I feel like I'm back. Like
Yeah.
I'm on it. You know, I'm reaching out to people, and I'm putting the effort into it now again.
Yeah.
As a creator, what do you have to do to not burn out, to not let that fire die, basically?
That's a great question. I don't ever use the word burnout.
Okay.
It's not even in my vocabulary.
Damn.
Because I love what I do, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be tired. We all get tired. Rest. Take the week off, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But don't block it out completely because you started it for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just something that I never go to there, and you'll see this shit that I do over and over. It's just how reframe the way I talk to myself, and it's not something that I ever go to, bro. I never say burnout. I'll never say writer's block. No, when I used to write, never say that shit, bro. Never, ever, ever. If you're doing that, take a break, bro. You're probably tired. You know, just take some time off, then come back to it. You know. Or say, you know what, I'm going to pivot and I want to do something else. I'm done with it. I've done everything that I can do with it, you know? Mm-hmm. But again, it goes back to the rule thing, Johnny, that I was saying. Like,
yeah,
try not to put too many rules on yourself.
Cool.
So don't put so much pressure on yourself.
Dude, you're dropping bangers in this pod, man. When I go back and edit this, I'm going to be taking notes, dude. Another thing, your guest, right?
Yeah.
How do you go about like choosing who you get on your pod? Are you very like particular on who you get on there, or how does
very, man. I try to find people in the music space, in the creator space, art space, in the business space. That's where I start off, and then I look to say, okay, does this person have following? I look to say, does this person like I tried to go again. I'm fucking like one that I try to swing for the fences every time I go, and so I want to get like the biggest guest that I can get, and so that's where I start off with. But I'm always open. I get other people that say, hey, I want to do this, but my thing is like I need to get the wheels going so we can get more eyes and ears, and then fuck it, I'm down to like we're getting ready to go into a stretch where we're gonna try to be doing one of these every other week. You know, like and this is running multiple businesses because I own 4 businesses right now, and then still doing this, still being a father, dedicated father, and husband, and yeah, so it's a lot, bro. But
I wanted to talk to you about when you had Cinta de Oro.
Yeah,
you guys did a little skit where you walk in with your like you're looking at a pimp suit. And
yeah. That was my idea.
And then you get a chop, dude.
Yeah.
How hard was that chop?
At the time, you don't feel it, bro. But yeah, it's not, if you guys heard it, it was fucking loud as shit, right? We're getting ready to recut that again with we're going to show the slap first, and then we'll edit it, and I think it'll do a lot better. But yeah, I didn't feel it at all.
Damn, I would have been crying.
You know what was funny though, and we're gonna cut it. We're gonna show the behind the scenes. Is Alfredo, who is our SEO manager. I was like, bro, this is what I want you to do. I want it to be like you're gonna get slapped, and you're gonna be scared, and I'm gonna be your dad, and I'm gonna come in and kind of take the slap for you, right?
Yeah.
And so during the time that we're getting ready to do the thing, he's like talking. He's in character mode, right? So he's talking it up and he's talking shit to Cinta, like, no, give that shit to me, like slap me, you know? And he's like, are you serious? Like, you want me to slap you? He's like, yeah, I want you to slap me. And he's thinking it's not going to go down, you know? Like it's part of the show. Well, no, he got fucking slapped. Like, bro, it didn't even sound like a slap. It sounded like a fucking, like a bounce, like a punch off somebody's chest or something. It was funny. But when I came in, I've done, like I said, I did jujitsu for some time. I did stand up martial arts, weapons training. So I try to put myself through hardship, bro. So I was good for it. But I had that fucking mark for like almost 2 weeks.
Damn. Dude, those chops, are you a wrestling fan? Do you like wrestling?
Yeah, I'm an old school wrestling fan,
Okay,
but
like Attitude
more
Era?
UFC fan.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I love UFC as well.
yeah.
I've been slowly getting back into wrestling. We watched WrestleMania, actually.
Oh yeah.
By accident.
By accident. We're waiting on our guest, which
The latest one with Logan Paul.
Yeah. The one,
Yeah.
it was a couple of months ago.
It's
Well, it was
awesome, bro.
WrestleMania,
It's
the more recent
fucking, it's amazing what they've done, bro. And I'm happy to see the evolution of it. And like all that thing with like, oh, it's fake and stuff. But I have a lot of respect for those athletes,
It's
bro.
entertainment, and they're fucking athletes because it's not easy. I see a lot of I like watching behind the scenes stuff, and they talk about like the mats or like the ring. People think it's like cushion, like no, it's fucking
Yeah.
like floorboards. that
Yeah,
they
you fuck
land on.
yourself up, bro. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like you can kill yourself. Like so,
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for all of those athletes. Anybody who does that, and especially getting in front of thousands and thousands of people to do it, man. So
Well,
Yeah.
they do that shit year round.
yeah,
AEW
fun.
is here this weekend. They're here today, actually. I think.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. I love that more of that's happening, and I want to be part of just helping bring more business, more things to El Paso, man. I'm big about my hometown, bro. My family's been here for over 100 years, and so my grandfather grew up in Segundo Barrio, and so I'm very proud El Pasoan, though. I love other places, but this is always home.
Now that I've been going out and about and I've exploring the city, and one thing I fucking hate that people say there's nothing to do in El Paso.
Yeah,
And I was talking to Chris about this. It's like, go outside.
yeah.
Go fucking explore your city. There's so many fucking cool things to do.
Bro, so many talented people that are working on projects and shit. But when they say that, I'm gonna be like, here, let me send you my Instagram page, bro. Go to look at all the places
Go
we've
check
stopped.
'em out.
I'm
Yeah.
still finding places, bro, and I've been here forever. And people are like, have you heard of XYZ? No, I haven't. And we do that. A lot of people don't know that when we do those videos, we do them for free. Most people, Della Story, Paso Eats, I mean, you name it, all of them, they charge, and I get it because that's like the way they make money as a company. But we don't charge anything. We're just trying to highlight people.
Like I said, I'm from Anthony, so I'm trying to do that for my town because I don't think Anthony ever gets love out there. And we got some like killer spots. I'm not gonna share them because I call dibs, but we're working on some stuff like that too.
Yeah,
out there.
Anthony's got some great places, man, and for sure, yeah, do it, man. Like I said, even if you have to charge, bro, I'm not knocking charging. We all have to make a living, and at the same time, it helps to make the thing bigger. So whether you charge or you don't, bro, like I think just highlight. Especially, I mean, you guys named your podcast after the city, so
Yeah,
people should know that you're about that city. So
yeah, I'm all about it. Are you familiar with any of like the local podcasts in El Paso?
yeah,
Yeah. Is there any particular ones? I know
I mean,
A-Town
I've
Talk is
seen,
probably your favorite.
yeah,
one,
I've seen stuff, dude. But honestly, to tell you the truth, bro, I'm like super competitive.
Yeah.
So if I see somebody, I want somebody to be fucking like doing very well, so I can be like, I gotta step it up, like, But yeah, no, actually, for a very long time, I was just in my lane, bro, and I'm just like looking forward. And I had people reach out to me and say, "Hey, bro, I'd love to have you on the podcast," and I wouldn't get back to them. It wasn't that I was trying to be a dick, whoever asked me, but it was just that I was trying to build my business, you know. So I was just locked in. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, dude, I want to start getting out and talking to people, and so I'm gonna start this little thing where I'm gonna go on and tell my story and share.
Hell yeah. Are we the first podcast that
Yeah.
you do? Really?
Yeah. Second, I did one for my friend Jose, who also has Get in the Ring.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a podcast in Spanish, and Jose is a very good friend of mine and very smart dude, bro. Like I love chatting with him, and I can talk about business all day. He was the first podcast that I was on a couple of years ago, but you're the first one that I just came on as far as like that I didn't have that direct connection.
Like a random?
Yeah.
I was telling Raleigh, I usually never get nervous for pods, but I was nervous for today, man, just because like usually it's somebody that we know.
Yeah.
There's a connection, and like I have no connection other than I've seen your content and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I was pretty nervous like going into this pod, but no, you've been great, man.
Yeah, no, thanks, man. Just do it like all the time. Sometimes I'm nervous with shit too. And, I just say, fuck it, just go, bro, jump. You're going to figure it out one way or another. So sometimes I put myself in very awkward situations as well. And I'm just like, fuck, why did I sign up for this? But we're doing it, right?
No.
So let's go.
Awesome.
Let's enjoy it. So, but thank you, brother. Thanks for having me. And,
well, before we close, sorry.
Yeah,
I want to
don't
do
worry.
one last thing before we close.
Keep going if you want to.
Are you good on time?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So, you have some very viral videos with your trivia that you do in El Paso stuff. So I want to flip it up on you.
Yeah.
But I want to do Monster Link trivia. All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to do some trivia questions. This is all based off of your podcast episodes.
Cool.
And let's see how much you
Hopefully
remember.
I do well, right? I'm gonna look stupid.
Yeah. Dude, a good guest always remembers. I mean, a good host, my bad. Fuck that up.
Johnny's been giving me alcohol here, people, so you know.
That water bottle, it's actually vodka.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Man. So first one that we got, this is based off your Cinta de Oro episode.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy. What was Cinta de Oro's previous wrestling name in WWE? Multiple choice. A, Sin Cara. B, Rey Mysterio. C, Eddie Guerrero. D, Pentagon.
Sin Cara.
Sin Cara. Boom. Got it.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
But that one that is actually partially true because they have a Sin Cara Negro and Sin Cara Azul.
That's right.
Do you know which one he was?
He was the Azul, right? With the tattoo on the arm?
He was the Negra. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought it was the other one.
WWE owns that name, right?
Yeah, they do. It's pretty interesting, like the story that he had started off as Místico de Juárez.
Yeah,
that guy was Místico de Mexico. And they fought over that name, and then they came into the WWE, and then again, they were fighting over another name. It's the same people.
Same dude he's been fighting his whole life?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
They have Sheepdog has a collaboration with them. Have you seen their beer?
Yeah, I was here actually for the grand opening. I was filming for him, and they invited me out here to do it, and I did pick up a bottle. Yeah,
sure. It's really nice. Last time that I did the pod here with Gus, they had just filmed some stuff with Cinta, and one of his masks was here. It was like a red with blue one, like with
sick,
bedazzled jewels.
Yeah.
Beautiful mask, dude. And my dad loved, like, he grew up watching El Santo and Blue Demon.
Yeah.
I took pictures and I got home, I showed it to him. He was like, "Oh my God, that's so beautiful." And I'm like, I know, like, it's fucking cool.
Yeah. It was one of the cool opportunities that I had was going to Cinta's house and then him kind of giving me the whole tour of his mask collection.
Yeah.
And there's a video actually on YouTube that the WWE did, and it has like 2 or 3 million views.
Wow. That's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, it's really, really cool.
It's badass.
I was like geeking out.
Yeah. All right, here's another wrestling question. So, what Japanese wrestler did Cinta de Oro take the senton bomb from? Was it A, Funaki, B, Hayabusa, C, Shinsuke Nakamura, or D, Asuka?
I think it was C.
Oh,
is that
it was
right?
B, Hayabusa.
Oh, shit.
All right. Who was the actor that portrayed astronaut Jose Hernandez in the movie A Million Miles Away?
Yeah.
Is it A, Pedro Pascal, B, Benicio del Toro, C, George Lopez, or D, Michael Peña?
Michael Peña.
Michael Peña.
Yeah.
You want to do some of these, Raleigh?
Oh, yeah. All right. So, what lowrider did Jose Hernandez own?
Oh.
A 64 Chevy Camaro, B, 72 Gran Torino, C, 64 Chevy Impala, D 2017 Nissan Sentra.
See, bro, like I'm a car guy.
There
Like we
you
could
go.
talk cars all day. Impala, bro.
What's your
It's a
favorite?
classic.
What's your favorite year of Impala?
I like the anything in like that mid 60s. I mean that late 60s.
Day.
The Sentra is mine, by the way.
Yeah.
2017 Nissan Sentra. It was
And
funny.
then-
We did the pod with the Supercar Society last week, and we shot with like a bunch of Lambos and
Yeah.
and Ferraris.
Are they the guys that are setting up at the Sunland Park?
Yeah,
Yeah, they had it the whole car show in there.
yeah.
That was cool.
It's a group of young guys, super young. They're like in their early 20s, dude. But at the end of the pod, I was being a fucking dumbass, so I get in my Sentra and I start revving it. They just look at me like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Surprisingly, to burn out your engine, dude.
Yeah, I wasted my gas.
That's funny.
Then in your pod with Shelly Moselle,
Yeah,
you
City
talk
Magazine.
about, KFJ. What hotel did KFJ stay here in El Paso right before getting assassinated? A, the Hotel Cortez. B, Hotel Indigo. C, Paseo del Norte. D, Plaza Hotel.
Hey, bro, Cortez.
No, all right. Then Caleb Lara pod you did with him
Yeah.
about the KKK in El Paso. How many members were estimated to be here in the 1920s? A, 2,500. B, 3,500. C, 1,500. D, 350.
I think it was 3,500. But crazy thing, that was one of our best clips, man. That shit gets people riled up.
Yeah. No, a lot of your clips with Caleb are really good, man.
Yeah. Him and I mesh really, really good. We're getting ready at the end of this week to record one that I think is going to be really, really interesting.
He's a very interesting guy. He came on our pod early on last year. I've known Caleb for years, since I was a little kid. We grew up in the same church and stuff like
nice.
that. Yeah. So yeah, I've known Caleb forever.
You know, he came and interviewed me. He was doing the Elevate El Paso. Chris from 10th Planet was episode number 1. I was number 2. And he came in to interview me at my house, and I'm like fucking talking like I'm Steve Jobs or something in my garage, bro. That's like the mentality you have to have, kind of like back in the day.
Yeah. No, but he's awesome. I love Caleb.
Yeah, I'm trying to share when you do content, like if you integrate like scary into it, it does very well.
We're planning on doing an overnight at what's the hotel that we're trying to go to, Chris? The hotel that we're trying to go to in Mesilla. The Eagle,
Oh, yeah.
the Double Eagle.
Double Eagle. Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're trying to do some content there at the Double Eagle Hotel and trying to do like an overnight and do some ghost hunting.
Oh yeah, people love it, man. Do it. We're gonna the clip we're gonna do is gonna be here downtown, and we're gonna be covering the story of the cult that sacrificed the guy in the building downtown.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna be out there. Yeah,
That's good stuff.
that was just recent too. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but it was like probably like 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it was like 4 people, and then they sacrificed the guy, disemboweled him, burned his body, and then they arrested the other people that did it.
Damn.
They were a cult, and they were like homeless people.
Oh shit. Did they catch the guys? Or-
Yeah, they arrested. There was like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
They literally just said they
Sorry, dude. I've had 2
Yeah.
beers. Calm down.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah. That's insane.
But I think it'll be pretty interesting. But yeah, if you can make your integrate those S's that I'm telling you, I think that's one of the things that calls people attention.
Well, I cover the sexy. You cover the
Yeah,
scary.
there you go. There you go, bro.
We got. I just got 3 more for you here.
Yep.
What male Grammy award-winning artist did Navina from Rocket Busters make boots for?
Kendrick.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
Actually,
was a great episode.
Yeah.
Navina is a great person, a great human, bro. So,
she's awesome. We walked in there one of these days because I had seen like I think I saw that episode actually, and I saw the Rocket Busters.
Yeah.
But I didn't know where it was located.
Yep.
And we were meeting with a friend in those offices next door. And we walk out and I see it and I tell
Yep.
Chris, I'm like, dude, that's Rocket Busters. Walk in there.
Yeah.
And we were mind blown. We were there
Yep.
for like an hour and a half, just like looking at everything, talking
Yeah.
to her, and like, yeah, it's awesome.
And that list goes on because she did Taylor Swift. She did. So The list goes on of artists that she's
So
produced.
we got to see them working on, I don't know if I can say who it was, a very famous, I'll tell you right
Yeah.
now, a very famous current rapper that they're working on some boots for.
Yep.
And I got to hold them, and
Yeah.
it was pretty cool. But
Yeah, she does some great work, man. It's custom. She's, from what I understand, she's backlogged like a couple of years.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
I took you
and-
back, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they produce, I think it's like 200 or 300 boots a year.
Yeah.
So it doesn't it's very specific.
Yeah. That's one place, if you guys don't have anything to do, go check out Rocket Busters. Even just to like walk in, you get a nice little tour. It's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Okay. So this one is from your episode with Scooter. So what non-media jobs did Scooter from Tex-Mex Motors not work at back in the day?
Not work at or work at?
That he not worked at.
Oh, okay.
So you got forklift driver, grocery bagger, sales, and fast food.
Fast food.
Fast food. Yeah.
I won't forget that because that's one of my favorite clips that I used, and I kind of laughed at the animation that Devin, my editor at that time, put together. It fucking made me laugh just because it was like Scooter's head and fucking with different body types. But Scooter's great too, man. Super entertaining. Him and I have talked about doing more content because. Actually, the day that I interviewed him for the podcast, I had like this elaborate fucking plan, bro. Because that's what I was like, bro. I'm like, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like the show, like he does, right, where they go around looking for vehicles. But instead of him going around with a white guy, he's going to go around with a cholo. And I'm going to be the cholo. And we're going to be getting into some shady fucking situations, right?
Yeah.
So I was like all committed, bro. Like I went to like La Negrita. I started buying pantuflas. I went and bought everything, bro. And I'm telling him this on the phone when I'm coming back. And he's like, this fucker's weird, bro. Like, he's like, bro, I don't think we can do this because the show, like at first he said, yeah. So I was all excited. I'm like, fuck yeah, bro. This shit's going to be funny. And we'll have a car in the alley and we'll do this little skit. Yeah. Right. And then I'm coming out of La Negrita with like $200 worth of shit from La Negrita, which is now expensive, bro. It used to be cheap to be a cholo. Now it's very expensive to be a cholo.
Times are hard.
He called me and he's like, bro, I don't think we're going to be able to do this skit, bro, because like I have the show. I don't know if they'll get mad or stuff, but yeah, it was going to be a pretty cool skit.
Damn, maybe you can still do it.
Well, now I think we can do it now, that, Rabbit is no longer going to do the show. I don't know if they're going to do a season 3, but yeah, him and I talk about different ideas. It's just, like I said, just with the job, it gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah.
The business. Yeah.
All right, man. Final question I got for you today.
Yep.
What was TJ Stukes' player number in the hit Netflix show Squid Games? Is it A, 162, B, 282, C, 117, or D, 182?
Oh, it's going to be D, 182.
D, 182.
Yeah.
You got it, man.
And did you guys see the skit that I did with TJ Stukes?
No, I don't think I did.
I went to go play basketball with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got to go check it out now.
He used to play like pro ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then I actually played marbles with him on the show, and we played Battleship.
Yeah.
I beat him at marbles.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good. I like to do shit like that. Like, all right, bro, it's TJ Stukes coming out. He's a basketball player. We're going to do a basketball skit. If Scooter's coming on, let's fucking reenact the show and let's throw in some shit. So
that's awesome, dude. Yeah, you gotta. I mean, at the end of the day, like you're trying to entertain, you're trying to, like make
and
it
have fun, man. Have fun with it and do something different. Yeah. If I could, I'd do like a podcast on a boat while we're rowing and just talking, like,
So that is something that I've wanted to explore. We kind of did it for one episode where I want to do a podcast while we're doing stuff, right?
Yep.
And I got the idea from Gary Vee. Gary Vee talked about.
We should have been over here at this art class, bro. They're drawing this model over here. We should have been like fucking drawing while we're having the
just have her
podcast.
Censored.
Yeah. You just see a stick figure with two.
Raleigh's just like this the whole time.
He looks over, there's nothing on the paper. Yeah, man. Like, but yeah, it'd be cool. there's a lot of studies with that while you're doing stuff, while you're talking, it helps. That's why we do like a lot of the monster talks. If you notice, the intro is always like walking, like, so there's movement, So that's another way, the way you stage your stuff, have some movement instead of being like, hi, I am like,
Yeah.
So just mess around with it, man.
Raul, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
This
Thank
was
you, guys.
truly a master class, and I took so much from it, from the camera arrangements and everything you talked about, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, bro. It was good chatting with you guys, and wish you guys luck, man. I'm here anytime you guys come across something you're like, shit, I'm gonna run this across road. Like, let me know, man. I'm always open to help.
Definitely, man. I appreciate it. Guys, check him out on Instagram. You want to plug your stuff? Your Instagram, your YouTube?
Yeah, hit us up on Instagram, Monster Link Marketing. On YouTube, Raul Mendoza is the YouTube page. And on TikTok, Monster Link Marketing. The company is Monster Link Marketing. So also, we have an IT company a lot of people don't know. We established about 1.5 years ago. It's called Monster Tech IT, or Monster Tech It, where we do IT. And there's a couple other little business ventures that are coming as well. But yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on, and thanks for just doing what you guys do. I think it's good for the city. So
cool, awesome. I want to thank Gus and Brisa and Old Sheepdog Brewery for hosting us again today. This is awesome.
Thanks.
I want to thank Chris, Expedition Unknown, for the sick BTS shots. I already know they're gonna be epic, dude.
Yeah,
this guy's an amazing photographer. Raleigh, thank you for showing up, man.
Yeah, thank you guys.
That's all I do.
All right, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.
See you guys.
Peace out.
Peace.